Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So glad you're joining us, whether you're here, thank you for coming out on this rainy day, or if you're joining us from wherever you are, thanks for being here. We're going to start our service with some wonderful music, so if you're able, I invite you to stand, and we'll sing our way into the service.
Take me to the water and I'll dive right in. I'm ready to let go of everything that's been. I said, take me to the mountain and I'll climb on up. From the highest peak, beauty's gonna fill my cup. I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes,
Yes.
I know all is well. I say yes, yes, I say yes, I say yes, yes, knowing all is well. I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes. I
Yes.
say yes, 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 knowing all is well. I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes,
Yes.
I know all is well. I take the throw routine right out the door. When I'm scared, I know it leads me to something more. Widen my gaze and see all there is. Take a leap of faith, I'm gonna find that bliss. I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes,
Yes.
I know all is well. I say yes, yes, I say yes, I say yes, yes, knowing all is well. I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes, 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 knowing all is well. I say yes,
Yes.
I say yes, I know all is well. Let's give it up for Dave Bonds. I said a throw routine right out the door. When I'm scared, I know it leads me to something more. Widen my gaze and see all there is. Take a leap of faith, I'm gonna find that bliss. I say yes, I say yes, I know all is well. I say yes, yes, I say yes, I say yes, yes, knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes, I say yes, 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 knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes, I know all is well. I say yes, and now we all say yes, we know all is well. I say yes, come on, we all say yes, we know all is well. We'll take a minute to greet some of those friendly faces out there.
Oh, I just wanted to let all the families know that this is Nico's last day with us. I know, but she is doing this most amazing thing. She is going to be doing a 600-mile, 50-day canoe trip with teenagers. Wow. On a river in northern Canada that they'll be going north. So we have so enjoyed having you, Nico. Thank you so much for being with us and loving our kids. And gosh, we wish you no mosquitoes and beautiful weather. Okay, let's have the kids come on up.
Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. Got Mother Nature and the human race.
Good morning. I'm Cindy Clay. I'm practitioner of the day, and I just realized I have no idea who the other practitioners of the day are today. So it's Joanne and Wanda. Thank you. Yay, and Mary. Okay, so we're all here, but any practitioner who's wearing the stole would love to support you in prayer. So we have all learned the 5-step affirmative prayer process. It's very powerful. And so if you would love to be prayed for, one way to do that is to write a little note in the back. There's a little pottery jar that we call the prayer vessel, and you can leave that prayer request in the jar, and you will be supported by prayer. You can always just grab somebody that's wearing a stole and just spend a moment with them. And you can also ask for prayer online at the website. So lots of ways for you to get support, and we hope you'll take advantage of them. So let's just breathe together. Oh, what a magnificent day we are a part of today. I am just so filled with the presence of love, of peace, of joy, and the beautiful connections in this community. We have all said yes today to the opportunity to be here together, to be open and receptive, to welcome in the beautiful truths that support us in our development and in the unfolding of our recognition of the unity of all life. So today, I say thank you for Reverend Andrea's beautiful message, for the beautiful music of the music team, and for every person who has shown up to support this magnificent service. And so let us join together in welcoming, receiving, opening, and embracing. And I say thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is.
Help me open my heart so I can hold all that I need to hold. Help me open my heart so I can hold all that I need to hold. Help me open my heart so I can hold all that I need to hold. Help me open my heart so I can hold all that I need to hold. Help me open my heart so I can feel all that I need to feel. Help me open my heart so I can feel all that I need to feel. Help me open my heart so I can feel all that I need to feel. Help me open my heart so I can feel all that I need to feel. Help me open my heart so I can know all that I need to know. Help me open my heart so I can know all that I need to know. Help me open my heart so I can know all that I need to know. Help me open my heart so I can know all that I need to know. And help me open my heart so I can heal all that I need to heal. Help me open my heart so I can heal all that I need to heal. Help me open my heart so I can heal all that I need to heal. Help me open my heart so I can heal all that I need to heal. Help me open my heart so I can heal all that I need to heal. Righty, well, both these songs are new coming at you today. This next one dropped in just a few days ago, actually, upon waking from a dream. And it's always just, it's such a gift when these songs come through in that liminal space. And it's just like, yeah, I didn't even have to work super hard for that. It was just like, somehow I was this open vessel and it came through, and then I get to offer it to you all. So I feel it's, these songs are definitely, I'm co-creating with Spirit. And if you feel so inspired through the song as it's building to get up and move, when this song came through, I found myself upstairs in my music studio, like dancing and singing as this one was coming. So I am open. May I be a vessel? I am open, may I be a vessel for this love and wisdom and healing. I am open, may I be the nectar, oh, medicine that's mine to freely give. I am open, may I be a vessel for this love and wisdom and healing. I am open, may I be the nectar, oh, medicine that's mine to freely give. I am open, I am open, may I be a vessel for this love and wisdom and healing. I am open, may I be the nectar, medicine that's mine to freely give. May my movement offer peace. May my breath invoke the love. May my hands and heart stay open to the wonder and the awe. May my movement offer peace. May my breath invoke the love. May my hands and heart stay open to the wonder and the awe. I am open. May I be a vessel for this love and wisdom and healing. I am open. May I be the nectar, oh, medicine that's mine to freely give. May my movement offer peace. May my movement offer peace. May my breath invoke the love. May my hands and heart stay open to the wonder and the awe. May my movement offer peace. May my breath invoke the love. May my hands and heart stay open to the wonder and the awe. I am open. May I be a vessel for this love and wisdom and healing. I am open. May I be the nectar, oh, medicine that's mine to freely give. May my movement offer peace. May my breath invoke the love. May my hands and heart stay open to the wonder and the awe. May my movement offer peace. May my breath invoke the love. May my hands and heart stay open to the wonder and the awe. I am open. May I be a vessel for this love and wisdom and healing. I am open. May I be the nectar, oh, medicine that's mine to freely give. Oh, medicine, oh, medicine that's mine to freely give. Oh, medicine that's mine to freely give.
That's a keeper. Thanks so much, all of you. Wow. Okay, I'm back and it's so good. Our theme this month is making room for a new possibility, and so this is the last talk of the month, and the title is Making Room, the Feng Shui of Possibility. And I, at one point in my life, I had a dear friend who had gone to China and studied Feng Shui, and so came back and taught me, and so we were really into that for a while. Do you all know what that is? So for those of you who maybe are like, yeah, sort of, it actually translates in Chinese to the way of wind and water. And it's taken from early Taoist teachings, and the understanding is that, and we know this, right, that the earth herself has energy that flows through her in so many different ways, through not only through the wind and the water, but through the very landscapes. There's different energy patterns that flow. And the idea is to align with those energies to really be able to open, as Tabor's song said, to being who we really are and expressing it fully. And so, of course, making room, the Feng Shui of possibility, is really about how do we align with the energies that surround us and that flow through our lives and through us. How do we bring that together in such a way that we're empowered to really offer the gift of who we are in the world and know that it's a gift People will say to you all the time, "Oh, you're such a light. You're such a gift," right? And I know you. You're like me, and you go, "Oh, shucks," And if you don't, you're in trouble. No. No, but it's hard sometimes to go, "I am, really? Do you know me that well?" To say that, because I can tell you moments that were not shining moments. So when I was thinking about this, I was the making room part was what started me on this topic, because part of Feng Shui, a large part of Feng Shui, is letting go. And when I was Feng Shuiing one of my homes, the rule is super simple. And if you ever saw Maria Kondo in her little Netflix series or read her book, you know that you pick up something that's been with you for perhaps a long time, and if it doesn't bring you joy, then you let it go. And so there's lots of jokes about that. So one goes like this: Yep, I did the Kondo method, and I have released my treadmill, my weight set, and my yoga mat. They just didn't bring me joy. But actually, there's more to it than that. It's not only about paying attention to the things in our life that are outmoded, that no longer serve us. It's also paying attention to the things that need repair. That, so we can apply this to things, or we could apply this to relationships. And that's kind of where I'm going with this, is in order for us to make room for new possibilities, we have to look at, I do, I don't know, maybe you don't have to, but I am looking always for the places where I maybe am holding on to a relationship or a way of being with someone, or simply just holding on to an idea or a belief system that really no longer serves me, and truly, if I look at it straight on, does not bring me joy, or probably anybody else in my life. And so there's the letting go of the habits and the beliefs and the actual relationships that no longer serve us. And in that letting go, also considering that some of those simply need an uplift. They need to be repaired. They need to be paid attention to and really considered. And in the repair work comes the joy, because not all is lost, not all is needing to be let go forever, but rather often the repair work has to do with our heart work, our forgiveness, our loving kindness, our compassion, and looking deeply at, am I holding someone to a view of how they used to be? And when they no longer are doing that, I'm criticizing them for not matching what I'm expecting. And I don't know if you do that, but I sometimes have. Maybe not lately, maybe. So, most of you know that for many years I was an Emerson scholar, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He actually was responsible for our teaching coming into being, in part. The founder of the Science of Mind philosophy grew up in a Maine farmhouse, and there were only 2 books in that house back in the late 1800s, and one was the Bible and one was Emerson's essays. And since that was the only reading material in those long winter nights, our founder pretty much memorized both. And so through his teachings come a lot of Emerson's teachings. And so I wanted to go back and kind of discover who he was, and he's amazing, but he speaks in a different language because it was back in the 1800s, right? So he has a lot to say about this idea of making room and opening to new possibilities. And I wanted to read you just a couple of things. Some of you have heard this before because it's actually one of my favorite parts of all of his essays. This comes from an essay called Compensation. And this is how he talks about making room. Evermore, it is the order of nature to grow And every soul is by this intrinsic necessity quitting its whole system of things, its friends and home and laws and faith. As the shellfish crawls out of its beautiful but stony case, because it no longer admits of its growth and slowly forms a new house. And he goes on from here, and I'm going to skip a bunch. And then he says, so it is the outer biography of us, a putting off of dead circumstances day by day. To us in our lapsed estate, resting and not advancing, resisting, not cooperating with the divine expansion, this growth comes by shocks. We cannot part with our friends. We cannot let our angels go. We do not see that they only go out, that archangels may come in. So, to sum that up, the imagery of the shellfish that's grown too big for the shell and is holding on to it, because to let go of it would be, for a time, to mean being vulnerable, until a new shell can either be formed or found. That's the dilemma that you and I find ourselves in when we're looking at growth and we're looking at letting go. There's this worry, anxiety about letting go, because in that, all of a sudden, our whole order of how we've been doing our life has to shift. And in that shifting, there's a vulnerability. There's a sense of not being particularly sure. There's an uncertainty or even a sense of not being safe sometimes. And I certainly have gone through that a couple of times. And the biggest one was when I let go of a 30-year relationship and was all by myself for the first time in 30 years. And wow, that was intense. And it was beautiful, and it was hard, and it was exciting, and it was absolutely like my entire world had been destroyed, but it was also just this open space of possibility. And I don't know if you've had that kind of thing, but that's what I'm talking about here, is if you've had one, you have a reference point for, to put it simply, you made it. You did that. And you moved and you changed and you found a different way of being and you built that beingness, and it became the new and powerful expression of who you had become. In our tradition, we don't believe that anything happens randomly. I know that's a big statement if you think about it. But that means that endings of any sort are not random. And that held me in different times in my life where I had to let go of things and realize, okay, if I chose it, it didn't seem so random. But if someone else chose it, it was like, wait a minute, this feels random. It's not random. And over time, I've been able to look back at those times and say, oh, that had to happen for me, not just the other person, not just the circumstance, it had to happen. So what about repair? What about those relationships and circumstances that need repair instead of being released? Repair is actually in some ways a lot harder, but so valuable. I remember going through my drawers in my house when I was feng shuiing everything, and there was a lot that needed repair, because I was with someone at that point who didn't do that sort of thing. And so I was repairing things, and I'm not that great either. So things would sort of sit in the back of my junk drawer. Do you have a junk drawer? At that point, I think I had 3. And so I would wait and then try to figure out, and often would just throw out because I couldn't figure out how to fix it, and yet it was perfectly usable. It just needed somebody who knew what to do. For us, that's true in our relationships, is sometimes they're perfectly wonderful, but they need something. And for a lot of us, we walk around not really knowing what they need or how to bring that so that it can be repaired. And And yet, the world is full of ideas and possibilities for relationships to transform. And so that too is a possibility. What I wanted to bring to you was another idea now, and this has to do with the Feng Shui of possibility. And it relates to what I've been saying, but it takes it in a different direction. So follow me here. We're in such a different time than I think I've ever experienced in my life. A time when there is so much that needs repair, and so much that needs healing, and so much that we don't want to throw out, but we don't know what to do with it. And if you're like me, there are times when I feel like I absolutely don't know what to do, or if there's anything I can do to bring into being a better solution for humanity and the earth. I mean, for me, this is a big topic. And so I was thinking about how our tradition, our philosophy has evolved over time. And you know that I started when I was 18. So that's a long time ago. And at that time in our philosophy, the focus was on manifestation. First you were encouraged to manifest parking spaces. There were no Trader Joe's at that point, but I've certainly used that lately. And then you were encouraged to graduate into some other thing that you wanted to bring into being. And in this way, you began to practice working with the law of cause and its effects. And so that was the training. And it was an incredibly valuable training. And indeed, it's a necessary training for all of us to understand that we are surrounded by and imbued with spiritual laws, just like physical laws, that operate in the same way. They're invisible, you can't see them, but every time you do this, gravity works, right? And the same is true with spiritual laws. They're just as reliable, but because they're invisible, and for most of us, the people that were raising us didn't really know about them, we didn't learn about them. And so learning how to work with these laws that are here and invisible and yet work all the time, every time, is a very, very important thing. Now, why? Well, in the old days, it was learning to manifest for personal well-being and growth. So, if you were poor, which I was at that point, I was a college student, learning how to bring about financial stability was important to me. And so I learned that by using the laws and by focusing on what it was that I needed and wanted and why. And then through spiritual mind treatment, our affirmative prayer process, and through visualization and visioning boards and all the things you probably know about, I would bring things into being. So now fast forward to now. If we have practiced that enough so that we really know beyond a shadow of a doubt, just like we know about gravity, that spiritual laws work, then and only then can we begin to use the law for the greater good of everyone. And of course, that is the vision statement for the science of mind philosophy at this point, is creating a world that works for everyone. When I first heard that, I was like, how the heck are we going to do that? How do you make a world that works for everyone? Because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of everyone's out there that don't work for me. And so I'm like, well, how are we going to do that? And I don't really have an answer, but what I do know is that in setting a vision like that and inviting people into it, we begin to use the law in a new, more expanded way. The reason I say it's important for you and for me to really practice using the laws to manifest things is so that we do it enough to now know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's not random or accidental or a coincidence, which my ego mind said for 20 years. 20 years. From 18 until I was, 38. I was like, and I was a minister by then. I was like, well, and then finally one day I went, this can't be random. This can't be coincidental. This is not accidental. This is deliberate. This is actually happening every time, all the time, not in the way I expect. That was one of the things, is when I started praying for deeper love, I didn't expect that my 30-year relationship would have to be feng shuied out of my life so that I could have someone else that was more appropriate. But there it was. So sometimes it's not how we expect. So I wanted to ask you if you've practiced. You don't have to answer, but it's a suggestion. And so I brought you, this is, Cindy said, this looks very biblical. This is the science of mind that I received when I was ordained, and it does look very biblical, which is why I don't bring it very often. But I wanted to read you one part about how to practice, because for some of you, this is news. This is new, and I don't blame you. Nobody taught me until I found it on my own. So he uses, he was writing in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and so the gender thing shows up in his writings, and I'm not going to change it. So just take it with a grain of salt. There is a law of unfoldment in man, which says that he can advance only by going from where he is to the place where he would like to be. This is not because the law is limited, but because it is a law. As man unfolds in his mentality, the law automatically reacts to him. The way to work is to begin right where we are. The student should take time every day to see his life as he wishes it to be, to make a mental picture of his ideal. He should pass this picture over to the law and go about his business with a calm assurance that on the inner side of life, something is taking place. Our part is to be ready and willing to be guided into that vision. If in making of a demonstration, which is our word for having it start to show up, it becomes necessary to change our mode of living, then the law will point the way and we will follow. Our correct choice will be part of the working of the law. So I am telling you this in part because I had an interesting conversation with a colleague, a minister from a different place, and he was telling me a story about his own life, and I asked if I could share it. He was saying that at one point in his life, he all of a sudden was sort of out of the reality that he had been in, and he was sort of floundering around, and someone said to him at an opportune moment, he said, I was in this place of being open to all possibility, and someone said to me, well, what would be your perfect day? And he said, out of my mouth, without any thought at all, I said, what I would like is I would like to wake up in the morning, meditate, pray, play with my cat, have breakfast, and in the afternoon, write plays and be paid for writing them, and in the evening, hang out with my awesome boyfriend. So he was like, I had no idea how to do any of that except maybe play with the cat. And he said, and I'd been meditating as part of my yoga practice. So he said, so I said all that, and then I just went on my way, just like this said. I went on with my life, but I remembered what I had said, and he said, within, I'm not kidding you, 3 months, I had been offered a scholarship at Brown University in their master's program to write plays, and they paid me to do it. At the same moment, I met an awesome boyfriend, and we had a lot of fun together. And of course, every morning I woke up, meditated, prayed, made breakfast, and played with my cat. He said it was absolutely astonishing, because at the moment I spoke those words, I had no way of seeing how that could ever happen. And the way that happens, at least the way we think it happens, is by being very, very clear about what you want and how you want to feel, and then really doing the work of mentally picturing it and then kind of moving along and paying attention to ways that it could show up, it shows up. So we have to do that work first. It's kind of like you don't drive an 18-wheeler until you've learned to drive a car, right? You've got to have the basics. So we have to do that work in our own life enough so that we feel grounded in it. And then, and this is where I'm at, and where a lot of people like Joe Dispenza are, and then we begin to apply it to the world, to the issues that need addressing and a new idea. And for me, at first when I was trying to do that, I was like, well, I'm just one person. But that's actually not true. Long ago, there was a story that stayed with me. Maybe you heard it. There were these scientists that were studying these, I think they were baboons. They were some sort of primate that inhabited this chain of islands. And they were separated by large expanses of water, so they weren't able to swim back and forth, but they had somehow, over time, they had colonized in these different islands. And these primates, whatever they were, the way that they ate was they would get fruit that had fallen on the ground. It was covered with dirt, and they would sort of try to brush it off and then eat it. But one day, on one of the islands, a baby primate took the fruit, went down to the river, and washed it off, and then ate it. And pretty soon, that whole island was going down to the river and washing the fruit before they ate it, because it was much better, much nicer. But what was really extraordinary is, with no ability to communicate between the islands, all of the primates on the other islands started doing the same thing. That always stuck with me, because it's like, okay, we know that we're all connected, but do we know like that? But I've been on the planet long enough to see that if enough people believe in an idea, it begins to spread and circulate, and pretty soon it's normal. It's normal. Nobody even thinks about it. It's just normal. And this has happened to you, and it's happened to me. It's happening to our children. It's just normal. And sometimes that's bad news, and sometimes that's great news. And so what would happen, I postulated to myself, if I began to hold a vision for the world and some of these really key critical issues that need our attention and new ideas in order to be repaired? What would happen if I came up with an idea and I began to focus on that idea, knowing it was totally possible because the laws are the same no matter what, and I just kept doing that? And I just kept watching for my own ways of responding to that idea and sharing the ways that I was responding, and then other people, and then other people, and then other people. We can do that. We can do that even if we're not entirely sure it works, but it's even more powerful when we know it does. And so whether it's feng shuiing a new possibility for your own life or the life of all of us, it's possible. There's already, in the vast field of energy that contains all probability, a possibility that that's true, that it can be healed. And so why don't I do a prayer for that? And we'll let you go into coffee or helping in the garden or into the day. So know with me, truly, know with me. There is within all reality, every possible reality, in the mind of the Infinite One, already existent, already happening. It doesn't have to be created. It simply has to be accepted. So in that vast field of energy is a world that is healed in such a way that the climate normalizes itself. Species on the brink of extinction become robust again. Populations that have been in dire straits and circumstances are lifted up and find themselves in prosperity, love, and abundance, received by the greater civilization. There is a possible reality where not only is the earth healed, but the human heart throughout the world is lifted to a new level of understanding and compassion for all beings. There is an understanding of interbeingness that is so normal that war becomes a figment that happened in a less civilized world. Discrimination of all kinds drops away, and in its place is a powerful appreciation for what every single being brings to the whole. I know that this idea already exists, and so I accept that now in our world, this is manifesting itself. Through people like you and me, this idea is strong and clear and believable and normal. And as I accept it in myself, and as more and more people like you accept it in yourself, it must manifest in this plane of reality on this planet. I am so grateful for this vision of how it is, and I accept it as being so right now, and so it is. Thank you. The ushers are preparing for the offertory right now, and we invite you, if you are so moved, to consider giving to our center. We are so appreciative of the gifts of your financial support, as well as all the other ways you support us, whether it's working in the Victory Garden or running the coffee team or whatever it is. So thank you ahead of time for the gifts you give.
I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth. I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth. I believe, oh, I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth. I believe, oh, I believe I belong to the earth. I belong. May my life be a song. May my song feed the earth.
Lovely. So more songs like that are going to be sung tonight during our community song circle. But let me tell you another couple things that are happening. You've heard me talk today about this. Why is the Victory Garden restoration so important? We literally provided over 250 pounds of organic vegetables to the food bank last year. And our plan is to do even more this year, but we need to put compost over all those beds so that we can begin planting. So if you can help today, we would love your help. And you'll be hearing about opportunities for being part of the gardening team as things begin to grow and we need to begin harvesting. So we'd love your help in any way you can. And there's the Community Song Circle. Do you want to say anything, Tabor, about that?
Yeah, if you're interested in coming this evening to sing as a community, it's open to anybody, so you can also bring your friends. We'll just be I'll be facilitating songs like the ones, a few of them that we've been singing today that are pretty simple, and all voices are welcome. And if you have been shy about your voice, you just want to come and listen, you can also do that. The desire is that we all are able to lift our voices together, and you don't have to have a quote-unquote good voice. This is something I want to blow out of the water, that we're all just, we've gone so far from being part of a village and singing. So that's what we're going to be doing this evening.
That's right. And so we'd love you to come. There's a suggested donation of $10 to $20, but no one's going to be turned away if you can't do that. How many of you got to hear Reverend Don Beatty last week? Well, he's coming back. He likes us a lot. And he's going to, I don't know if you know about him, but he is an incredible businessman who does really good work. And he's going to be the guest speaker at our Spirit at Work breakfast. And that's happening this Wednesday, May 1st at 8 o'clock. It goes for an hour and a half. We would love you to pre-register either at the Asebedo desk, or I think you can still do it online. Is that right? That allows us to have enough food. Last month, we had 10 walk-ins. So we were like, ooh, I hope we have enough bagels. But we'd love you to come, especially if you are running your own business, you're an entrepreneur, you're a manager, and would love to share with other like-minded spiritual folks, because this is really about bringing spirit into our work. So this Wednesday. And then we have a fundraising event that was brought to us by Radiant Healing Unlimited. They call themselves RU. They are a healing center that Rabbi Kalish Leviel and Michelle Sanger of Healing Earth Herbs started. And they are generously offering an opportunity for you to try it for a really reduced price and see if it benefits you health-wise. There are several people here today who have been benefited. And let's see, is Lori Heck here? Ann Smith, I think you might have you done that? Yes, yeah, and Kelvin. And if you have questions, you could see them about what it's like. But we have a sign-up sheet at the Asebedo desk in our classroom. And the event is happening on Saturday, May 11th. It's a 2-hour time slot. And you basically get to fall asleep if you want to, bring a book, and just allow yourself to be healed in this wonderful atmosphere. So ask Ann and Kelvin if you have questions about that. And thank you for being part of that. And then Joe is like, a lot of people have said they're interested, but no one signed up. But we are in the thick of mowing. And as you know, this is an incredible campus with such beauty, and it has 2 meadows that grow at an astonishing rate. And so if you can help, he would love your help. And if you sign up, he will contact you and teach you about the riding mowers if you need a lesson. And then you'll get to pick one time a month to come and mow the meadows. It can be on your own schedule. He'll teach you how to do all that. And we love some help, because right now, it's time. We're really seeing the grass grow. So thanks ahead of time for any help you can offer. Well, I'm thrilled that our Mind, Body, Spirit Fair has been so successful in terms of our signups for vendors. And I'm a little worried that maybe you haven't, because I wanted our folks to have first dibs with the early bird registration, which ends May 1st. I think we only have 8 to 10 booths left in 50. So we've had a strong turnout of vendors. If you'd like to join that group, go online, register to be a vendor at the Mind, Body, Spirit Fair, which is on July 20th. And we'll send you information about what all that means once you've registered. But I'm a little worried that some of you may not have gotten to do that. So there you go. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to be gone for the next 2 Sundays. I'm taking a group to Ireland and Scotland. And so you get to bid for things while I'm gone. And what is this all about? Once a year, we have this incredible opportunity to get to know each other in a very intimate way. A whole bunch of people, 16 different groups of people, have come up with events and dinners and things to do. And next week, we start bidding for a place at those events, whether it's a dinner or a breakfast or a game night or a tour of Susha or whatever. That's all starting next Sunday. And it goes for 3 weeks. The bidding will end at noon on the 19th. Fortunately, I'll be back. And so what you need to know if you're new is you have to have a bidding number. And you can't bid as a couple with one number. Each person in the family has to have their own bid number. There's going to be bid sheets that you fill out with your number and the bid that you would like to offer. And the top bidders win a place for that particular event or dinner or whatever it is. And so let's say you bid $25, and then you see that 8 people have bid $45, and you really want to go to that. So you go all the way down. You don't scratch out your bid. You go all the way down below them, and you say, okay, 50. I'll do 50. And on it goes until the 19th at noon, and then whoever bids the highest gets to be part of that. There's one event every year that is put on by the men of our center called Guys and Grills, and they deliberately put this event into the Gourmets for Good because they wanted anyone who got outbid or couldn't afford even to bid very much to be able to still have a really fun event. So Guys and Grills is one that no matter what, you can sign up for and be part of that wonderful event. It happens here on the upper lawn and lower meadow and wedding patio, and it's fun. The men do a great job. So that's all starting next Sunday. So be sure and get your bidding number if you've already got one, but like me, you have no clue what it is. There'll be a table for those of us returning, and someone can look up our numbers so that we can use our old bid number. Okay. And so let's go ahead, if we can, and stand up, and we'll sing our way into the day.
Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there's hatred, I will love. Where there is hatred, I again soon.